7 years and possibly calm nerves about the company's commitment to the European steel sector. Let's get some analysis from Paul Mullins, who's director at Kallanish, a news and market intelligence provider for the global steel industry. Good evening to you, Paul.
Good evening, Nelly.
Now, we heard from Mark Drakeford earlier in the programme saying, I've been here when we've been reacting to bad news. It's great to be here when there is good news. Is he right to be so positive?
Yeah, generally I'd say it's very positive news with one little note of caution. But the really good positive element is that last summer, Tata and ThyssenKrupp issued a memorandum of understanding about their intention to form a joint venture to merge the two companies, and they made commitments. There was an employment pact for maintaining jobs until the 1st of October 2026. There was a commitment at that time to extend the life of Blast Furnace 5 with a view before 2022 of fully relining the blast furnace. So this investment now, £50 million, it's great news, and it shows that they're following through on the commitments they made last summer. So as a general overview, I'd say it's really, really positive. The one little note of caution I would add in the midst of this positivity is that generally, if you were going to go on a full relining of a blast furnace, you'd probably do so with a view to being operational for 15 to 20 years. So this is very much taking them forward to roughly 2025, 26, which ties in with that employment pact. And so talking to a few industry insiders today, they were saying it's a good commitment. It means that the company's following through on everything it said it would do last year in the joint venture talks. However, what it doesn't do is say we're making a long-term commitment of 15, 20 years. And in the light of Brexit, which has been the main story today, I think it's understandable that casts a shadow on everybody's commitment to anything revolving around the long term.
Right, okay, so more medium term in terms of investment perhaps. I mean, anything more longer term, would that have been significantly more money? Could they not have risked that?
I think at the moment, anybody who is either in the UK and looking long term or in a joint venture which involves a German company and Tata parent company obviously is in India, you're looking for some form of stability before you make long term decisions. So I think the good thing about 2026 is we're going to go through we assume a fair bit of toing and froing on Brexit in the next few weeks. There'll be a settling down period after that. But you'd like to think that in 4 or 5 years' term, when you're looking to maybe see what the strategy is long term or what the commitments are to this blast furnace, which will be up again for a relining, you'd like to think there'd be a much clearer and more stable environment in which to make these long-term decisions. So I think all round, it seems like a sensible move.
And obviously for a town like Port Talbot, this is such a huge employer, and it really is the heart of the town. Yeah,
I mean, Port Talbot, to be honest, if you go anywhere in the UK and you say Port Talbot, I think people think it's defined by the steelworks. And for me, it's in the DNA of the town, and steelmaking's in the DNA of Wales. And just to give you an idea, the contribution of Tata to the UK steel industry is somewhere in the region of 50% of 2018 production. So it's colossally important to the UK economy as well.
Paul, good to talk to you. Thank you. Paul Mullins there, director at Kallanish.